Zion up against Gobert, who blocks it.
The Jazz lost this one 129 to 124 against the Pelicans, but still have the best record in the league. Welcome to ATV Sports. My name is Robinson Miles. The Jazz are 27-8 and number 1 in the Western Conference. They've really got something cooking in Salt Lake, and to show what it is, we'll go to our new segment, In the Kitchen with Chef Rob. Thanks, Robinson. Welcome to In the Kitchen with Chef Rob, where today we are going to be following the Jazz's own recipe for an elite basketball team. Now, first things first, wash your hands. This means moving off of players who aren't producing as much as the Jazz need, like Dante Exum, Jeff Green, and Ed Davis. Now we're going to get all of our ingredients together. For our base, we're going to have defensive juggernaut Rudy Gobert. The two-time Defensive Player of the Year and two-time All-Star is averaging 13.2 rebounds, 2.8 blocks, and 64.9% from the field per game this season. Let's just put the whole thing in. Next, we're going to add the sweetness, Donovan Mitchell. In his fourth year in the league, the two-time All-Star is averaging 24.4 points and 5.4 assists a game. He's also the 2018 Slam Dunk Contest champion, and he plans on shooting in the All-Star three-point contest this year. This recipe is going to need a little bit of Southern flair, and that's Mike Conley. The 14-year NBA veteran spent his first 12 years in the league with the Grizzlies before they traded him to the Jazz. After a slow start last season, he's now averaging 16 points a game. Just like back in Memphis. Now this is going to need a fuller flavor profile. That means contributions from Joe Ingles, Bojan Bogdanovic, Jordan Clarkson, Derek Favors, Royce O'Neal, and George Niang. All of this is going to need a bit of structure, and that's why we have Quinn Snyder. Snyder is in his 6th year as head coach for the Jazz. He was a finalist for Coach of the Year in 2018, and this year the NBA made him the coach for the Western Conference All-Star team. Now, I don't have a finished product here because of how long this takes to rise. At least the next few months until the playoffs start in May. Now, how high is it going to rise? There's no real way to know. Can the Jazz hold on to the 1 seed? Do they make it to the second round of the playoffs, the Western Conference Championship, or maybe even the NBA Finals? Only time will tell. That's it here from In the Kitchen. Back to you, Robinson. Thanks, Chef Rob. That guy's the best. And now, a heartwarming story about true love and the Jazz's new biggest fan. Now, he's not a politician or a diplomat, but he did play one on TV. That's right, it's the Minister of Silly Walks himself, John Cleese. The 81-year-old comedian and founding member of British comedy troupe Monty Python tweeted on Valentine's Day an itemized list of his thoughts on President Trump's second impeachment hearings and ended that list with number 4, I adore the Utah Jazz. The Jazz's official Twitter account responded to one of Cleese's subsequent tweets praising their scoring ability to ask, John Cleese, will you be our Valentine? To which the comedy legend responded, yes, I love you all to Venus and back. Now, the bounds of journalistic integrity keep me from making a lot of subjective statements, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that USU's own Neemias Queta enjoys basketball. He was all smiles in the Aggies' 87-66 victory against the Nevada Wolfpack on Saturday. The 7-foot big man scored 26 points and nabbed 13 rebounds. A feat that earned him the title of Mountain West Men's Basketball Player of the Week. During the game, the Utah State bench received a technical foul, but not because of a player or coach.
There's our offender.
It was this man, Ryan Corbett. Corbett is a team manager who was honored as part of senior night before tip-off. The refs didn't like what Corbett had to say during the game, and with a near-empty arena, his words must have been harder to ignore. The USU women's basketball team is coming off of back-to-back losses over the weekend, but that didn't keep Shiloh Latone from catching fire. In the Aggies' 97-65 loss to New Mexico, the 5'4" redshirt sophomore shot 11 of 25 from the floor, 9 of 17 from 3, and 2 for 2 from the free throw line for a total of 33 points. Now that is it here from Sports. Hey, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Rob.